Shalom, brother, sister, wherever you are. All of you who follow this channel, welcome to these sessions. And I would like to talk with you about how the presentation of the church come to the world and how the people on the world they see and receive the value of church presence. I want to talk with you how the value of church presence in the eyes of the people. Nowadays, there is a great news in Indonesia, which we know there is a murder in Indonesia that police member who be died by the same police, by the official police, which is in Indonesia was saying as propam, kadip propam, kadip propam. It's mean an officer for the police of police. In these present days, I compare between the judge and the lawyer. How the people know that there is a good lawyer who help those who weak, who help those who poor. A lawyer help the poor. A lawyer help the poor, and he didn't ask the payment. He didn't receive the payment from the client. This lawyer not receive the payment from the victim in connecting with the relations. This is a famous news in Indonesia, the most famous in Indonesia, the most famous in Indonesia. Shock, and they feel that they know something, the good news for these people by one lawyer and his friend and his team, and they help them one another without payment, without wage. So I want to invite you have a thought, because I read the Bible. We may see, if you read in the Bible, there is a news that God chose one of Israel who is not an official of synagogue. He is not an official member of synagogue and just a farmer. He is just a farmer. We know his name is Gideon. And Gideon is not an official member of synagogue. He is not the member of Israel as a religious nation. So, it means there's the time that God not so interested to choose those that their background only by their background as a religious official. But God choose who have the heart, who is interested to serve God sincerely and purely in their heart and their mental. And this is the question for those of us, a church official, wherever your church, wherever your place. If we talk about the truth, if we talk about love, if we talk about favor, right now, which is the place of the favor? Which is the place of the love? Which is the place of the fruit of the goodness? We are as the church of God should answer them. We are as the church of God should answer it. We are as the church of God should answer them. Which is the place of God to help the people? Which is the place of God to help those poor persons, those poor home? Which is the place of God to use his man? They help the poor, they help they who need something, if any. In my experience, so many priests help some people who is member church, even it very, very limited, very, very low in value. The problem that we should answer is, does the church official just be able to pray, just be able to perform the service, just be able to organize many priests, and they build, they collect the money, and share for they themselves? Does the church do just make their event, how they would make their system, how they would make their system value, how they make their instances value, how they will make their assembly value? In many people opinion, in many people experience, in many people become make them be interested. I hear right now the power on the one lower. I see so many people right now, they proud of a lower they knows. They proud of a lower they Here, to the television news, to the social media news, they're proud of a lawyer and the activist. Why? The people not proud of their church. And if they're proud of their church, they just have an interest as if just they build the brand of church. As if they just have an effort to build their church, to top up their brand. But we should know right now is, in my opinion, God give the gift not by see whether you are a church official and whether you not an official of anyone have a relation with the name of religion. God not so interested because you are a priest. God not so interested because your member of your church is so proud. Is so crowd, so many crowd, so many big, as a huge crowd. My friend, this is the question for those priests and for those the church of Jesus Christ. The priests should answer in their mind why the people no more proud of them, not so proud about how the religions officials. This is the question for the church. This is the question for the all priests, to whom God gives the bounty of the Holy Spirit, to whom God gives the bounty of the goodness, to whom God shares the wisdom and power to build the world, to build the goodness around the world. We need the one who sees which is the truth. We need a commitment to search which is the place of God to give the bounty of the goodness. We really need it. We really need how to seek. We really need how to seek. Where is the bounty of God's presence to bless the world? Is God keep use the church? Is God keep use the priest? This is the most important questions. Which is the place of God to be a blessing for the world? Does God choose the lower? And does God use the church? What God has given the people? How many value church has blessed the people? And how the people confess and agree with the opinion that the church has been the blessing for the world. If we see in Indonesian news right now, in Indonesian present day, how the people has become so interested not to the church. The people want us to correct ourselves, including me. This is one important burden we should overcome. I want to ask us, I want to ask the leader of all church, how do you value you share to your people, to the world? Or you just value, or you just has a value to build your church that directly has a relation with you? Or are you has been the part of the power who come from God? This is the question for us as a priest. This is the question for us as God church. But in the Bible was written that the man of God has made the people to be interested under God. They worship God. They fear under God because they see the power which the official member of the religions they see, the spiritual authority. The people seek the spiritual authority in church official. The servant must have a spiritual authority. God's man has the spiritual authority to take the conclusions, to worship the Lord, to obey the teachings of God's teachings. They obey their leader, not in the rule of the church, but in the message of Jesus for them. They didn't just obey the rule. They didn't only obey the rule of man who make a rule in one assembly. They do the complete message from the Lord. Nah, saudara-saudara, di dalam perjanjian lama, Allah sudah sering nampak menyatakan dirinya di dalam hal memilih orang untuk dipakainya itu lebih kepada keberadaan hati, lebih kepada kesiapan nuraninya. Apakah dia memang seorang pribadi yang layak untuk diproses untuk melaksanakan panggilan Tuhan itu. Menyangkut kehidupan antara gereja sekarang dan kehidupan non-gerejawi, kita melihat apa yang telah pernah terjadi di dalam Alkitab, bahwa Allah membuang para ahli-ahli agama itu. Mereka menjadi bulan-bulanan dari kesesatan, bulan-bulanan dari kesombongan, dan semua keangkuhan melekat. Justru dengan jabatan keagamaan itu, orang menyalahgunakan. Seperti kita tahu sekarang, di dalam berbagai penipuan, bahkan di dalam hal menutupi dosa-dosa, sangat banyak orang berbicara dengan agama. Bahkan untuk menipu, sangat banyak orang mengandalkan agama. Mengapa? Karena kebanyakan orang memang belum mengerti kehendak Tuhan, meskipun seseorang itu sangat beragama. Ada banyak komunitas-komunitas keagamaan dengan aktivitas yang sibuk. Seperti dikatakan di dalam Alkitab, mereka bertekun, mereka sibuk dengan agama itu. Tetapi sesungguhnya mereka tidak mengerti kebenarannya. Hanya mengklaim mereka benar dan menyalahkan orang lain seperti jauh lebih bodoh dari mereka. Tetapi di dalam fakta yang bisa diukur dari apa yang dirasakan oleh banyak orang, sering sekali orang-orang yang fanatis dengan agama ini menjadi jauh lebih buruk daripada orang-orang yang tidak terlalu memiliki intensitas yang sangat tekun di dalam beragama. Termasuk tidak terlalu tekun di dalam intensitas mereka mengucapkan perkara-perkara agama. Nah, ketika kita mempelajari tentang Daniel, Daniel itu adalah seorang biasa. Tetapi dia memiliki komitmen tentang bagaimana dia menghormati Tuhan, bagaimana dia menyembah Tuhan. Tetapi tidak dicatat bahwa Daniel itu adalah seorang pemuka agama. Tidak dicatat bahwa Daniel itu adalah seorang yang memiliki karunia yang luar biasa pada masa sebelum dia menjadi salah satu tokoh tentang kesaksian mengenai loyalitas di dalam hal menghormati Tuhan dan tidak mau menyembah kepada patung kaisar itu, yaitu Kaisar Nebukadnezar pada masa itu. Bahkan ada sebuah narasi yang sangat luar biasa hebatnya. Ada sebuah ayat yang merupakan tuturan daripada Daniel. Ada sebuah ayat yang sangat luar biasa yang merupakan penuturan dari seorang Daniel. Dia berkata, Allah lepaskan atau tidak Allah lepaskan kami dari mulut singa itu, kami tetap tidak akan menyembah kepada patung tuanku. Saudara-saudara, di dalam viralnya sebuah peristiwa terakhir ini di Indonesia, ada satu berita yang sangat menonjol. Bagaimana seorang pengacara bersedia tidak dibayar. Dia melakukan pekerjaannya dengan baik. Dia teliti. Dia sangat berawas-awas dengan apa yang dia pelajari, dengan apa yang dia analisa. Dan dia berjalan dengan keyakinan dan kepastian yang dia telah miliki. Sambil dengan penuh keberanian, dia mempertahankan jalan yang sudah dia temukan benar. Lalu hal itu menarik perhatian semua orang. Dan orang mendengarkan apa yang pernah dan sering dia ucapkan, bahwa dia ditolong oleh Allah Elohim. Pada faktanya, semua yang dia ucapkan seperti sebuah penggenapan antara nubuatan dan penggenapan. Banyak orang melihat kehidupan ini sudah mulai bergeser dari kebodohan-kebodohan masa dulu. Dimana kalau orang memiliki gelar-gelar keagamaan dianggap menjadi jaminan bahwa dia lebih rohani. Tentulah tidak ada yang salah dengan jabatan kerohanian itu. Tetapi apakah yang terjadi sekarang? Bagaimana keagamaan itu tidak lagi menarik dibandingkan dengan banyak di luar dari keagamaan itu, dibandingkan dengan banyak tampilan yang lain yang tidak mengatasnamakan agama. Inilah yang perlu dipelajari para rohaniawan, para official dari merek-merek rohani